The Labubu. It all started in 2015 with this guy, Kissing Lung. The Labubu were characters in a series of books he released titled The Monsters. This series was a trilogy and was based on Nordic folklore. What the f*** is that? The book was only released initially in very limited quantities and didn't even translate over into an English edition until 2021. By mid-2025, it seemed like everybody was partnering with Labubu, and they were selling off store shelves like mad. Even Steak and Shake did a Labubu collab. Our personal theory as to why the Labubu climbed in popularity so quickly has something to do with the nostalgic feel of the creature. If you were born in the 90s or early 2000s, you remember Furby, and beyond that, your parents watched Gremlins and then showed you Gremlins. Not to mention, in the 90s and early 2000s, there were all types of different creature-esque toys being manufactured.
The gremlin-like monsters.
Well, now that many people born during that era, including myself, now have children of their own, and I believe the Labubu somewhat tugs the heartstrings of the 90s and 2000s. Just like any big booms such as Pokemon, Furbies, and now Labubu, once the market becomes oversaturated and people start reproducing knockoffs, fakes, etc., and then the company itself starts just pumping out a lot more units, that's when you know the craze is over. Odd, bizarre, weird time in toy manufacturing. And people like it. However, what goes up must come down. From Hong Kong. And in this case, personally, just as quickly as it went up, it's coming down just as fast. To me. Wait, hold on. What was all that? The future of the Labubu market, from my standpoint, is that it will probably level out and trade at more realistic levels when it comes to the price points of the Labubus themselves. Being that the creature itself is based on a popular novel that has a cult following, I can see the market existing for the long term, without a doubt. Just as Pokemon had in 2016. Shortly after the success in 2016 of Nintendo's Pokemon Go, the Pokemon trading card game also became popular again by 2020-2021. And maybe again one day, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, maybe sooner, maybe later, the Labubu will spike in popularity again, and the Labubu culture and fans will once again rise to fame. You guys know, like when Logan Paul bought his $150,000 Charizard in 2020. I mean, Logan Paul's about to sell his Pikachu Illustrator card for millions of dollars that he himself paid $5.3 million for the love of God. So, is the Labubu craze completely over? Well, that's kind of complicated to answer. For now, I'd say it's dying down and the market's leveling out, and it probably will crash. But for the future of Labubu, I feel like it will spike in popularity once more, and depending on how hard they push it, how many books they release, in the time frame they release them, alongside other marketing tactics, I can see the Labubu and the Monsters trilogy maintaining its core fan base well into the future. Although the Labubu faces the possibility of never becoming quite this popular ever again.
Labubus are the new Stanley Cups.
I have a little sister. She's been collecting them for some time since it became the craze. So I said, let me come in here and see a couple that I could find for her.
Aw, what a good brother. How many does she have?
Too many.